So it doesn't matter what side it is. Both sides love to exploit black people for financial gain. Let's be honest. Now I say the left is better at it, a lot better at it. But right now we're gonna have the alphabet be doing it by having a public event with city money and charging white people reparations fees, which makes no fucking sense because the reparation argument has nothing to do with white people. And the money they're gaining for this basically says it's just to keep the event free. And everything else goes to alphabet grants. So, what the fuck are you doing bringing reparations into this? But it's to spark an emotional response from white lefties to give them money at the expense of black people. Because this money, as far as I can see, ain't going back into the community. It ain't doing anything for us. At best, it's going to alphabet people. But they will use a black issue to exploit that to send money to the alphabet groups. And this is why I said, y'all, left and right, they love to exploit black suffering for financial gain. And this hurts both sides because the right already sees the reparations argument as an attack on white people, and a lot of the white people that do see it as an attack on them, I can at least get where they're coming from, because you have clowns like this on the left who do make it about punishing white people when the reparations debate has nothing to do with punishing white people. It has to do about paying an unpaid debt between the slaves and the federal government. But anyway, so look at this. Let's look at this real quick. See, and here's another thing they like to do. So watch this. All are free to attend, however, this is a black and brown. See, what they do with this is they use black and brown to muddy the waters. Usually when they say brown, this is like the BIPOC thing where they'll bring like Native Americans in here. I'm like, I don't care about BIPOC. I don't care about POC. I care about black people. Anything else, that's just muddying the waters. If this is going to include, like, when you say brown people, like Hispanics, then why are you bringing reparations into this? Let's be honest. Anyway, white allies in accomplishment. Girl, who is your marketer? Because if you're trying to sell something to someone, accomplices is not a word I would use when I'm trying to sell something to somebody. Anyway, are welcome to attend what will be charged $10 to $50 reparations fees that will be used event to keep the event free of cost for black and brown, trans, blah, okay, alphabet community. Okay. Now, I know there'll be some people, maybe on the left, going, we didn't say anything about slavery reparation black people. We just said reparations from white people. That word, there were reparations with no further clarification after that. It carries a connotation. It implies that issue. That is the emotion they're trying to exploit, you know, the white liberal. They're trying to exploit their emotions so they can show up and over and go, I'm helping black people. Unless this money is gonna buy us some fucking land, I don't want to hear it. But it's not. Going was for COVID-19. I don't know what's going on with y'all alphabet people. I don't know what y'all doing. Anyway. Alright, so obviously since they were using public money to fund the event, we had people who complained going, yo, this is discrimination based on race. Yeah, fair enough. And again, exploiting people like us to do it. And it was the Seattle Human Rights Commission responded with the dumbest letter I've ever seen. Basically saying, nah, it's cool. And this is their reasoning why I'm going to scroll down the first half. Because the first half just says basically, nah. They basically send you back something that does the you know, the leftist thing they try to do where they try to sound smart, where they'll make some dumbass statement and then go, educate yourself. Like that kind of made anything they said more valid. Look at this. Furthermore, we would like to urge you to examine the very real social dynamics and ramifications of this issue. Black, trans, and queer people are among the most marginalized and prosecuted peoples within the LGBTQIA2. Bruh. They put a number in. They put a fucking number in here. I use that as a joke. They did it. Remember what I said a long time ago? If you watch me for a long time, sooner or later the Batman symbol's gonna be in there. They're gonna throw in a symbol sooner or later. Just give it time. I'm not counting the plus. Eventually, we're gonna get some kind of like fucking ampersand or some shit in there. Just give it time. They often face shame not from only the cis heteronormative community, but within the queer community at large as well, making the event free for black queer community organizers of the event are extending courtesy so rarely extended by providing free and safe spaces to express the joy be in the community. And now again, I go back to this. What the fuck does this have to do with reparations? Remember, it doesn't say reparation for alphabet people, it just says reparations, and that implies the context of America, there's implications there. The people who are making this know what the fuck they're doing. Right? And then they literally do the, right here, see? Educate yourself. Like anything they just said had any fucking merit. And it didn't address why they're doing this at all. They basically throw out, because these people are the most marginalized, therefore reparations. That didn't make any sense. I know they were addressing things, why can you even legally do this anyway? But I'll show you, this muddies the waters for everybody else. So let's go to my favorite part, comments. We're gonna go comments, because Pool covered this, and I just want to show you how this misrepresents the argument, so we can never actually have a talk about reparations, because I'm looking at it and I'm already seeing what the right is saying. They're saying the typical stuff, right? So this basically gives ammo to the right so they don't have to talk about the reparations argument, nor do they even understand it, but this helps them not understand it even more. Seattle City Council President and mayoral candidate Luina Gonzalez and the Seattle Human Rights Commission are supporting the event. So government entities are supporting an event where people are charged based off their skin color. Yeah, it sounds like Democrats, alright? Isn't that funny how the right acknowledges that? Only when it's convenient. When it's brought up that, hey, there were structures and stuff put in place by Democrats that attack black people, then it's like, what are you talking about? Just get a job, you lazy nigga. I just say, you notice that too? It only exists when they can use it. Then it will disappear in a second when it doesn't favor them. Okay, but now here's a perfect example of what I was talking about, which is why when people do this on the left, it actually hurts us. Because now no one takes the reparations debate seriously. Because we'll get stuff like this. Look. So this guy just going, okay, my white family came over later, and then did this and that and this and that and that, this and that, and then. Alright. According to one point, I have to atone for being white after all my family history, which had no part in slavery, having to work your butt off for a lifetime just to be semi-successful. There's nothing to atone for. And see, that's the problem that this creates. They think, see it, you're going to make white people see this as an attack on the reparations, as an attack on them because of their ancestors and slavery when it is about an unpaid debt. Because I never see any conservatives arguing against it bring up the debt. They just bring up skin color. So you see the problem. This is why I don't like this shit. And I don't want these freaking alphabet groups coming in and exploiting that issue. Because basically it makes it harder to have the talk. Because neither side understands what it's about. And then we get fucked for it. They just wanted the right to marry, they said. Yeah, isn't that funny? When, on a side note, you ever notice how they got the crazy alphabet parades? Remember the old, like, boomer that was always like, it starts here, and then eventually they'll come for the kids and teach them to be pedophiles and everything. And you're like, okay, Grandpa, that's a slippery slope fallacy. I always look at the alphabet people, and I'm like, why are you proving those boomers right? They're proving those boomers right. Why do you want to give them the satisfaction? I don't know, y'all crazy. I'm not surprised that an actual reasonable comment is pretty low down on here. If everyone gets along, then the massive flow of money tied to identity politics would dry up. Yes. What would Al Sharpton's job be if there was racial peace? How would the heads of the Aryan Brotherhood recruit? There is big money tied up in race politics, and Discord is a profitable business. Someone gets it. Good to see there is somewhere in here there's a reasonable person who gets it. All of this is a hustle. Exploit racial tensions, make money. Right? So when black, white, left, right try to come together, I don't see it happening anytime soon, and they try to figure out that middle ground and work together, the race hustlers and the grifters, their money dries up, so they don't want that. All reparation fees goes towards BLM Next Founders Mansion. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's how it works. They're gonna pocket the money. They're not gonna actually, unless they're using this money to buy us land. I don't want to hear it. You're just exploiting the issue. Let's unfairly discriminate against white people. I'm sure they'll love us in return. What could go wrong? Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the whole thing of, they know what they're doing when they're saying, let's punish white people in terms of reparations. Because like the guy above said, exploit racial divisions, make people angry, and then, you make money off the fighting. That's basically how it works. It only serves the elite. And y'all left and right fall for it. You all fall for it by strawmanning each other and not even addressing each other. While these people like these, you got these fucking race hustlers on the left and the right, just grabbing all the money off these people and then taking off. And just making more and more money. Stop falling for this shit. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here. I don't want this getting too long. I just wanted to make a point. Anyway, you already know what to do. Stay safe. So don't get shot.